I was comfortable in my area. Then I had to shut everything down and move around. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so briefly, right? Because we were talking earlier. Yeah, you got to mute your You got to mute your. Go eat it.
I'm
You got to mute
sorry.
your YouTube. You got to mute your YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a playback.
Okay. Can't you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you got a playback in the background where it's double.
I mute my YouTube. I got off the YouTube channel. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I hear playback, so it's like throwing me off.
Is it coming from my microphone?
It's like it's coming from your speakers or something like that.
Okay. Is it better now?
No, I hear you, but the playback is. Well, it might be me. Hold on, let me see. I'm blaming you. It might be me. Yeah, it might have been me.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay. Oh yeah. I think that was me. My fault. Okay. So anyway, so because you're back, right? We had like a little brief meeting. Do you mind just giving background of yourself again?
Okay, so the background me, like I said, I am a YouTube content creator, if that's what you like to call it. I have my own channel, which is called Tiffany 89, which I deal with a lot of history, particularly African American history and African history in general. And also I talk a little bit about psychology and sociology type of stuff as well, or also look at current events. I subscribe as an African American. Okay.
Because people wanted to know from last time where you FBA or what we call FBA.
No, I'm gonna say this for the public. I am not an FBA. I don't identify with FBA. I don't identifay with ADOS. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not that. No, it's not that. Okay, so let me just say, when we say FBA, because think about it. You said you're Black American, right?
I am African American. I say I don't identify with the FBA movement. Okay.
No. It's okay. That's anyway.
I don't identify with that.
Yeah, but there's no. See, the thing is with people. Okay, so just imagine like there's a white group, like a white nationalist group, that's like radical. You don't blame the entire white race by this radical group, or like the Taliban. You don't blame the entire population because of the Taliban. So what Tariq and Yvette and these guys did simply was re-identify us, right? Because you are African American and so am I. But before that, we were slaves, and after that, we were Negroes.
We were enslaved Africans.
Right.
We were enslaved Africans.
Right.
Well, our ancestors were enslaved Africans.
Right. I get the terminology, but the Emancipation Proclamation freed who?
It freed the Americans, the Africans that were enslaved.
Right. So when you're enslaved, the system itself is called, like right now, we're in white supremacy. But if you're enslaved, you're in the system of slavery. But anyway, the point is, when we got here, we were enslaved. You're right about that. Right. But we were called something. White people called us something. It wasn't nothing nice.
Oh, it was the N word. The Nigger word, yeah.
Wait, before that, like when they took us off the boat, right, and they put us right in chains right away. They called us slaves. No, they called us slaves.
Yes, they called us slaves. Yes, right. And colored and niggers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm drawing a pattern. So they've been naming us as much as they can, right? They called us slaves. We were, like you said, we're not slaves, we're enslaved. So they called us slaves. They call us colored, or they call us Negroes first. They call us colored, right? All the way up until Jesse Jackson made the term African American popular. Okay, so what Jesse Jackson did is the same thing Tariq Nasheed did, and what Yvette Cornell and also the Freeman people did. All they did was just say, "Hey, we don't like the term African American because they don't believe it's all exclusive." For example, a person from Haiti, is Haitian, so they're uniquely different from us. But when they immigrate to America, on the application they can put Black American, but they're Haitian and they're immigrant, so they could benefit from immigration status, and they could also benefit for things that were set aside for people who lineage date back to slavery, Jim Crow, those things. Haitians don't date back to Jim Crow. So if there was a set aside for us and the harm that was caused to us, all the hell we caught from the KKK, from the dogs biting on us, there was no Haitians around. So we don't want people. So if there's a set aside for us only, the same thing, a set aside was set for the Native Americans. A set aside was set for the Japanese when World War II happened. So everybody that was harmed by white people compensated them only. They didn't let other Asians join, right? Or other indigenous people. It's just the people they harmed. So we were the people they harmed exclusively. They didn't harm Haitians back in the slavery and Jim Crow days. So if something is set aside, we don't want people coming over here at the opportunity to take what's set for us. So,
okay, hold on, sir. Can I stop you right there? Can I stop you right there?
Sure,
Let me stop you right there. You're incorrect.
Okay,
You act like those in the Caribbean weren't affected by slavery. Slavery was an international business.
No, of course.
It was an international business. It was not a United States of America business. It was a global commodity. Okay, so that those in the Caribbean, they dealt with the effects of slavery. Those in Latin America,
who enslaved those in the Caribbean?
Hold on. The Europeans enslaved those people in the Caribbean.
But it wasn't the American Europeans, right?
People that enslaved our ancestors also enslaved them as well, and
no,
also
I
enslaved those in Latin America.
No, I understand you, sis. But what I'm saying is, you have British, right? British people. You got white people that live in France. You got so basically you got Northern Europeans, you got Southern, you got Western, you got Eastern. All right. So now the UK Britons, they were responsible for our brothers in the Caribbean. They enslaved them. You're right, but that's a different white man than the white man that's in Russia.
They also enslaved us here in America too.
I know. I'm getting somewhere. But the people who enslaved us in America, they were British subjects. They were not. They was not the people in the UK who were enslaving the Caribbean. The people who came over here left and rebelled from UK, sought independence, and then they got us over here. Okay, and then they enslaved us. So the people who enslaved us were no longer in Britain. They was cut off. They fought for independence, and now they over here. And we built America, right? We did. So what I'm saying is, all of the black folks of the diaspora were all enslaved, but they were enslaved by different nations. So the Haitians were enslaved and treated badly by the French, pretty much. The Caribbean was enslaved by the British, and we were enslaved by who we call the Americans. So now, when the Caribbean can't have what's that called, chat? So the Caribbean already had the reparations claim, but guess what? We're not a part of it. They didn't include us because they're saying the UK British, the English had enslaved us only. The Haitians' claim is against the French, not the Americans and not the Germans. Their claim is just with the French. So you got to be very specific of who
it's all connected. It's all connected. This is the part that I keep telling you. How did you think the French got Louisiana? They were fighting against the British people to take over fighting against the Spanish people. Did you know Louisiana was a Spanish colony before it became a French colony?
Yeah,
they were fighting each other. Okay, right. And after they got done fighting each other, right, then that's when the British took over. All right. So yes, what makes you think that there was no that the French did not have anything to do with slaves here in America?
That's
what
makes
you think that the French did not have anything to do with slaves here in America?
Okay.
It's not that the Spanish and the Portuguese were one of the first Europeans to go over there to Africa and grab slaves and bring them here to the Atlantic. As a matter of fact, you can look up the history about South Carolina. You know, the Spanish brought Africans from the Congo area to the area that we know today as South Carolina. Back in the 1500s.
Right. And there was no America then. All right. So and there's no Jamaican then. So listen. So I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna ask you a question. So you're right. When the Africans were dropped off, right? Different areas. They were all African. But at some point, the Africans in Haiti were called Haitians. The Africans in Jamaica were called Jamaicans. The Africans in America were called Black Americans. At some point, we all went through an ethnogenesis, all of us. Even though we start off as Africans, but we started to develop our own cultures, our own language, our own religion, mores, all that stuff, which made us uniquely different after a while. So Haitians have a different experience, a different worldview than African Americans, the continental Africans, and also Jamaicans. The Caribbean has a different worldview, separate from the Haitians, people over here in America, and the continent, right? And Americans, we have a different experience than those of the Haitians, those of the Jamaicans, and the continental Africans. So yes, we are all, our race is African, our race is Black, all of us. But then our ethnicity is not the same because we went through different cultural experiences. So Haiti has their language and their food. Jamaicans have their language, their culture, how they dress and their food. And Americans, we have our language, the way we dress, and our food. So we're different culturally, but we're the same racially. So as a result, America is responsible for why America. Can you agree that America is the reason why us Black African Americans have an American culture?
Say that one more time.
Okay, so America had their own culture. They had their own holidays, customs, and we took on those, right? So America is responsible for our American culture. Will you agree with that?
You mean as far as the Western culture? Yes, because we were enslaved here. Yes, we picked up on the Western culture, of course. Point. And so also the Caribbean picked up on the Western culture too.
No, wait. No.
Yes. Look, yes, okay, if you study, yes.
Do Black Americans do Carnival?
Yes, Mardi Gras. What you think Mardi Gras is?
Wait, no, that's not Carnival. No, that's not Carnival.
What do you think Mardi Gras is? It's a form of carnival. It's similar to Juve, which is celebrated out in Trinidad. It's very similar.
Okay, but all of the carnival came from the Romans, right? So now the Caribbean captives, they used to dress up. So the origins of that are from the Jamaican oppressors, not the American oppressors, because these white people over here wasn't doing that. And the French wasn't doing that. So it was the British who was dressing up and acting a fool, and the Caribbean dressed up mocking them. So when they did it, they dressed up cosplaying, mocking the white folks, the white Romans and those people. But this was only a Caribbean thing. Haitians weren't doing it, and we weren't doing it. It was mainly the Caribbean dressing up, mocking their colonizers. And then when the colonizers left, right, they saw independence, they just made it their own. Like kind of like what we do over here in America. Like we got slang, and same thing with the Haitians. They took French, they remixed and made Creole. So all of us was inspired, or not inspired, but all of us was influenced by our unique white people that colonized us, and we adopted their culture. So the American culture is different from the UK culture. UK culture is different from the Haitian culture. And you can see it from our clothes, our dress, and our languages. Like we had different colonizers. You agree with that? She's on mute.
Yeah, I'm here.
So do you agree that we all had different colonizers as far as customs?
Not 100%. No, not 100%. I mean, yes, you had, because like I said, when we go back to the history about the Atlantic, right? Yes, there were certain ones that went to like various parts of the Atlantic. Like you had the Portuguese that went over there to South America when they brought the Africans over into what is now called Brazil, right? And you had the Spanish also conquer other parts of South America too. But when we talk about United States, you're talking about the Dutch. You're talking about the British people. You're talking about the French people. You know what I'm saying? And even with the Spanish people, so it was a combination of multiple, different European group that, had their own slaves and brought them here to the Atlantic. So the same people, and not to mention the British also had land in the Caribbean. They had multiple lands in the Caribbean. Okay. So the same people that took our African ancestors and brought them over here to America, also brought them over to the Caribbean and also brought them to Latin America. So what we gonna see that there we are very connected in more ways than we think. We have a lot in common with those in the Caribbean and those in Central West Africa more than what we think because of our bloodline. So no matter what we identify ourselves, no matter if you want to say FBA, ADOS, whatever, your DNA does not change. It's not going to change because it's going to go back to that root where you come from, your ancestry roots, which is Central West African roots. Same with the Jamaican people. Their roots going to go back to Central West Africa. Same with those over there in Brazil, Central West Africa. Same with the blacks in Latin America, Central West Africa. So we have a lot in common. Now, is there differences in how we practice our culture? Absolutely. Is there differences in our language? Yes, but there's also similarities as well. And also, what you will learn, like if you look up the history with Miami, for example, right? The Miami, not only black people play a pivotal role in Miami, but also the Bahamian people, the blacks from the Bahamas, they also played a role in Miami. When we look at the history of South Carolina, you know when they speak Gullah Geechee, right? You will think that they're speaking the Caribbean language, right? It sounds very similar to those in Jamaica. It sounds very similar to those in Barbados. As a matter of fact, the people from Barbados, right, also played a pivotal role in South Carolina as well. See, a lot of people don't know that. So there was always a relationship between African Americans and the Afro Caribbean people. And when you going back to what you said about the fact that there was no Haitian people that was affected during civil rights movement or no Caribbean people that was going through the situation here in America. There were people who fought in the civil rights movement. We can name some few, like Kwame and what's his name? Kwame Ture,
Yes.
Stokely Carmichael. Yes. He was originally from Trinidad. Okay. We can go into details about Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier, who was born in Florida, but his parents was from the Caribbean. Okay. Harry Belafonte, who was also a civil rights activist, his parents was from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? But he was affected by Jim Crow. They were affected by racism. All right. So they didn't look at them and say, well, okay, these people are Jamaican, they are Haitian, so we're gonna treat them differently. Uh we're gonna give them a slap on the wrist, we're gonna treat them fairly or whatnot. No, no, they didn't look at them like that. They looked at them as, hey, you all are black, you all are Negroes at the end of the day. So if that was the case, a lot of them wouldn't even end up in the hood. They wouldn't end up in a project. They wouldn't end up, you know what I'm saying, living in poverty. I know people
Wait,
personally.
wait. So
Hold on. I know
yeah.
people personally who have a Caribbean background, okay, who's coming from Africa, but guess what? They grew up in the hood. Let's take Biggie Small for example. Biggie Small, mama is from Jamaica, but Biggie grew up in the projects in Brooklyn, New York. His mama
So,
couldn't afford to live in no mansion. She couldn't afford to live in no middle class
so
community.
does wait.
She
So
had to
now,
live in the projects.
all right. So let me step in. So
So
does
I don't know where you getting all this from. That doesn't make any sense. Your argument is not making sense at
well,
this moment.
I didn't make my argument yet. All right. So because we're just talking. All right. So for one, let me help you out. So when you
I
say
hope you can
Kwame
help your
Ture, when you say Kwame Ture and these guys with non-African American history, all right. Now I don't know when they got to this country, okay, but it wasn't long ago because there were immigration acts that I'm gonna help you out with in the chat. So you had
Sweetheart,
the
sweetheart, I'm well studied. Sweetheart, you
okay.
need to help yourself out.
Nah,
I'm
that's
well
okay.
studied. I
That's
got books. I read.
okay. Nah, okay, cool. But it's like I can't read everything. That's why I'm talking to you. You can't read everything. So that's why like we kind of
I
have
have a book up here that I can read from if you like for me to
no
read
no
it.
no no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying no matter how much I study about African American history, I'm not going to read it all. Right? There's some things that I'm not going to come across. I'll be ignorant to, and if I talk to you, you might know those things I don't know, and vice versa. So, but not only do I study African American history, I study white American history. Okay, so that's what I was going to go into right now. So,
Okay.
so after Black Reconstruction, right after white folks pretty much took our stuff, changed the laws, and well, actually, the North left. This is what happened. The North took their troops and left, and once they did that, they basically left us naked to the defeated, miserable, bitter Southern racist whites, the Confederates. So now with no protection, because by the way, we thrived during Black Reconstruction because the North troops were still there, and we got our own. We started to have our own military amongst ourselves. We got to Congress. We was really thriving with protection. So when our rights were protected, we have a history of thriving in this country. When our rights are protected, when our rights are not protected, you see Jim Crow follow right away. So that's what ended up happening, right? So once the North took the troops and left, and our rights were no longer protected, white racists went crazy on us. They removed us from all of our positions in Congress, all of our positions in law enforcement, sheriff, all that type of stuff, right? They removed us as mayors, governors, that type of stuff. They removed us, and they subjected us to a second class citizen, like a caste system, really, second class citizen and a caste system, which was called Black Codes and Jim Crow. Now, from there, acts were passed in the early 1900s. Acts were passed that it was called Immigration Acts. 1917 is one, where white people even discriminated against themselves. So when we say Europeans, we're talking about Northern, Southern, Western, and Eastern. Okay, go. So when we're talking about Europeans, we're talking about Northern, Western, Southern, Eastern. So this is not just for you, right? Because you might know this stuff, but this is for the chat too, as well. Because when you talk to me, you're talking to the chat as well. Okay, so white people even discriminate against themselves. You want me to take a seat? Let me see. Well, he got to poop. No, he got to go to the bathroom. Yeah, he got to go to the bathroom. Okay. All right. So now, white people, when they passed one of the early Immigration Acts, 1917, that was to discriminate against whites, right? They looked at the Armenians, the Albanians, the Slavians, all those guys are inferior whites. So they were not allowed in this country at all, zero. Okay, so they banned Eastern whites and Southern whites. Okay, they're done. They only allow who they believe was like Germanic whites, who were like pure blooded. So they only allow Northern and Western whites in this country. Okay, so what I'm communicating to you is this: if white people didn't let themselves in, they damn sure ain't let no Black person in from outside of America. You were not coming in legally. Now, if somebody was here, they came here illegally. If a Black immigrant came here during the early Jim Crow eras, they didn't come here illegally. They came here illegally because there was a lot of people coming in illegally, by the way. Okay, so now I want to say in 1924, what whites did from there was they had another Immigration Act, and they had more restrictions on those Eastern and Southern whites, right? They were not allowed in America at all. So now they was going to pass an act in 1924 remember they passed another Immigration Act in 24. They were going to allow the Mexicans over before they allowed their own white people in this country, obviously for cheap labor. So to get to the point, a lot of white folks resented that. They said, hell no. How you allow, they called them peons and mixed breeds. They called Mexicans mixed breeds in the early 1900s. They said, how you going to allow these mixed breeds, these peons to come over before our own whites in Eastern and Southern Europe? So what they did from that point on, they classified Mexicans as whites to justify allowing them over before the Eastern and Southern whites. I'm only saying this to point this out. Nobody Black was coming to this country at that time legally. You were coming in, if you came over here, it was for slave work. And they sent your ass back. Okay, so all these Kwame Tuarés, this was during the civil rights movement when they came over here. There was very few, the Black people in America during that time was like 97% African American. There was like little to no Black immigrants.
How do you know that? You don't know that how many immigrants was over here prior to that time. Come on now. Let's stop that. Come on.
So you think,
come on, because you okay. Now let's talk about this. Do you know that there was Africans that was transported from the Caribbeans and that was brought here to America?
No, okay.
Right.
Watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait a
yes.
minute. Let
Okay.
me show you this.
Well, no.
This is
You
how
asked
you
me a
know
question.
that
Let me let
genetics
me let
don't
me
lie.
answer. No, let
Genetics
me
don't
answer.
lie.
Let me answer. Those blacks were Jamaicans, and they were helped to build the Panama Canal.
It wasn't just Jamaican people.
Well, listen.
They
Well,
just, they
no.
weren't.
There were 300. Oh, there were 300,000 Jamaicans. Okay, so hold on. Now I know this history. Now there was 300. There was a lot of Jamaicans. Majority were Jamaicans. There was 300,000 Jamaicans. Everybody else was spotted in numbers, but it was dominantly Jamaicans. And guess what? They didn't stay here. They did some agriculture work and they sent their ass back.
Not all on was sent back. No, not all on was sent back.
Okay,
No,
so out of 300,000,
no,
how many stayed?
no.
So out of 300,000, how many stayed? You think? Just give me a number.
I know that all on wasn't sent back. I know that for sure.
It was sent back. If some snuck away, it's like a handful. But it was 20. But listen, it was 22 million black folks at that time. By the way, 22 million. Okay, so almost all of blacks, again, 97% of black society were black Americans, African Americans, Negroes, colored, however you want to call it. But it was mainly us by ourselves.
Okay.
Okay, so this is why like most people from the Caribbean, they don't know what Jim Crow is. Like because in their country, they're the dominant race. Listen.
Are you sure about that? You sure they
Yes.
don't?
Yes.
You sure about that? Have you read Dr. Eric Williams' book about capitalism and slavery?
No.
Have you read his book?
Have you read this
book? No. Have you read this book? You never read this book, right?
Nah, I didn't read that. Yeah, now,
yeah.
Is
so
he saying? Is he saying?
He wrote a lot. He wrote on capitalism and slavery. Okay. Now,
but is he saying Caribbeans is over here?
Right before Jim Crow period. Now, remind you, he was a prime minister and he was an author. Okay, when he wrote this book. All right, Walter Rodney, who was also, Walter Rodney, who was also another Caribbean guy, right? He was actually from Guyana, okay, from South America. He wrote this book about how Europe undeveloped Africa. He wrote this book. So to sit here and think that the Caribbeans didn't know anything about what was going on during slavery or let alone about Jim Crow, that's a total lie.
They didn't know, and I'll tell you why.
That's a total lie. That's a total lie.
Okay, look.
That's a total lie in itself.
Okay, watch this. Do you know how many Jamaicans there is in the world?
Do you know how many Jamaicans there is in the world? I can't tell you off the top of my head how many Jamaicans there are.
So in 2025, there's not more than 10 million. There's not a lot of these guys. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. I think the Caribbean world totally is like 10 million. There's not a lot of these guys. Okay. So there's not a lot now. There's 43 million African Americans. There's about 10 million Caribbean total.
Okay.
And I think 4 million of them are in America. And only 1 million are Jamaican, and only 1 million are Nigerian. There's not a lot of Caribbean people in this world.
Okay.
In 2025, so there was certainly not a lot in America at that time. Okay, because so they weren't. And again, if some
which one is it? If it was or it wasn't?
Well, both, because you could come here legally and illegally.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of people were coming here illegally, and just because you came here illegally doesn't mean you were turned around. So they would naturalize you. So if you had some Asians over here or Hispanics or let's say some black folks over here, some black immigrants, or Mexicans, they didn't necessarily turn them around. They naturalized them. So they gave them like labor, like they were cheap labor. They didn't turn around cheap labor. So they kept them. But they were in small numbers. It was not large enough to make up a community. They're very small numbers. Like I said, there was 22 million black folks, and there was like 200 million white folks. Yeah, so if any of them experienced Jim Crow, it was really a handful. It's not like a lot of Jamaicans could say, or Caribbean or Nigerians could say, hey, I experienced. No, they did not. That was exclusively a Black American thing, just like the experience in Jamaica. What they went through over there, like they had them do the sugar cane or agriculture, all that hardship.
Yes.
Yeah. So we could say Jamaicans pretty much exclusively just experienced that over there. We can't say Haitians and Black Americans share that same experience. We didn't.
You don't
because
know that. You have not studied enough. This is how I know you did not study enough history to say they did not experience racism over here in America
no,
during
I'm saying
time
Jamaica.
period.
I'm saying Jamaica right now. Jamaica.
Jamaicans, yeah, you cannot say that they did not experience racism here in America.
All right, so
You
look,
cannot say that. You don't know enough. You cannot say that. You don't know what a lot of them had to experience when they came here to America.
can I
And
share
to
my
be
screen?
honest, a lot of them did experience racism. I just gave you an example of Harry Belafonte.
Okay,
Okay, he
so
was born here in America, but his parents were from Jamaica.
all
You
right, so
don't
look,
think they
you
experienced
know what?
racism?
You know what? Pull them up and share your screen. Pull them up.
You don't know who Harry Belafonte
No,
is?
no, I want to look up his origins.
Okay, all right, let's look it up. Harry Belafonte.
Because again, it's not about me and you. We have a listening audience that want to know, and they probably don't know what we're talking about. So it's always good to share.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, there's no problem. No problem. Understandable. Totally understandable. All right, let me see.
What's your sign?
I don't really do zodiac sign like that, but since you asked, I'm a Virgo.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, but I'm not into zodiac signs like
Let
that.
me take an Advil
Oh.
because now I know what I'm in for. You're a Virgo, yeah.
Okay.
I gotta take this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
Okay.
All right. So this is so you can find his information right here on Wikipedia, right? And
all right. So let me read that. Go up. Let me read that. Let me read that. Okay. So early life. Belafonte was born Harold George Belafonte Jr. Is that it right there? On March 1st. Okay.
yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
Okay. So he was definitely born in Jim Crow. All right. He was born in Harlem. He was the son of a Jamaican-born parents, Harold George Belafonte, 19 worked as a, okay, so he was definitely born into Jim Crow. Wait, his mother was the child of a Scottish Jamaican, okay, and an African, oh, wait a minute, he's mixed?
Yes. Okay. So yes.
Oh, okay,
So his mother was a Scottish Jamaican and Afro Jamaican father, and also said that his
yeah, but
father was a
where did
child
his
of the
mother,
Afro
okay,
Jamaican mother.
but here's my question now. Where did his mother go? Did she go back to Jamaica or where she was staying here too in the United States?
Well, let's see. We gotta read further down to find out. We gotta see. We gotta see.
Let's find
Because it
out who his
doesn't.
mom is. Because his mom could have been sent back. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying find me a Jamaican who's not mixed, who was in this country in Jim Crow, because he was mixed. Find me one who's not mixed, who was in this country in Jim Crow during Jim Crow.
Okay. So okay, now with me finding this, Daniel, what point is you trying to prove? I mean,
I'm trying to prove. I'm trying to prove that Black immigrants were not here like that. Maybe 1, 2, 3, a sprinkle. 1, 2, 3,
let's
4.
look up. Let's look up some Jamaican Americans.
And during Jim Crow. Remember,
Cicely Tyson. Cicely Tyson.
All right, look her up.
You know,
pull her up. Let's read it.
Okay, yeah, Cicely Tyson, has a Jamaican background. Let's look at Cicely Tyson.
This is feisty.
Because see, actually, her parents was from
by the way,
West
sis,
Indies.
I'm not even challenging you. By the way,
her sister from West Indies. Her sister from, her family from West Indies. My bad. I thought they was from Jamaica.
Okay,
yeah, but
no, that's all the same. No, when I say Jamaica, I'm really talking about the entire Caribbean. So she's from the West Indies. She counts. So let's look her up.
She from her family is from the West Indies. Her parents. Watch this.
Oh, okay, they're from the West. Right. So I want to know, when did she come to America?
Well, she was born here in America.
What year? Here. What year?
In 1924.
Share your screen.
Yeah, do you see it?
No. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I do see it. Okay.
Okay. Right, she was born here in 1924. She was born in New York City. Okay.
All right. Wait. Go back up. Back up to the top. Okay, wait. Okay, scroll down. Look, slowly scroll down. 24. Wait. Okay, so She was born in New York, 1924. Okay. So wait. So spouses. Where's her parents?
Okay, that's what we about to scroll down to.
Okay.
Her early life.
Right here. Okay. Tyson was born in the Bronx, New York City, but soon relocated with her family to East Harlem. She was one of 3 children born to Frederica Huggins Tyson, a domestic worker. Oh, and William Augustine, who worked as a carpenter and painter. Her parents were immigrants from Nevis in the West Indies. That counts as quote unquote Jamaica. Her father arrived in New York at age 21 and was processed at Ellis Island on August 4th, 1990. Okay, so yes, this is legitimate. So she was born in Jim Crow. Now, what I'm saying to you is that's why I said it's a sprinkle of them. There was no.
It's a long list. I mean, I can.
No. It's not a long list.
It's a long list. It's a long list because she's. No, it's a list. It's a list of people. Let's look. Okay, I can pull it up. Let's look up. Let's look up.
For the simple fact, we know names. We know it's a small list. Because if it's a large list, we don't gotta say names. We could just go to the city. Hey, this city was filled with West Indian people, right? It'd be that simple. But the fact we're naming names, we know it's a small list.
No, it's not a small list. Look. Okay, let's look up West Indian Americans.
Yeah. Wait. 1920s. Google West Indian Americans in the 1920s. Because we got Google, the numbers. West Indians in the 1920s in America, because we got the numbers. We know they ain't mass populated until the 1980s.
I mean, okay.
That's what we do know. They were in Jamaica for the most part.
Okay, you are stuck on Jamaica like there's nothing else going on. Like
no.
Like you just stuck on Jamaica like
it says if you listen to my words and don't
watch this. Hold on. It says in the 1920s, West Indian Americans were a growing population in the United States, experiencing a significant wave of immigrants.
Share your screen.
Can't you see my screen? You can't see my screen.
No, I'm looking at you.
Okay, hold on.
And your hoop earrings. Your Queen Latifah earrings. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, these ain't Queen Latifah earrings at all.
All right, well, Moni in the middle, all right?
Yeah. All right, so in 1920, right? Okay, and you can look this up on AI if you got AI.
Nah, I'm looking at your screen. Okay.
Okay. But I'm just saying, just for future reference.
Go back to the top. We're gonna read all. We're gonna read all that.
Let me read it to you, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, in 1920, West Indian Americans were a growing population in the United States, experiencing a significant wave of immigration from the British West Indies, particularly during the first 3 decades of the 20th century, with the peak occurring in the early 1920s. Most of these immigrants were laborers who found work in areas like New York, South Florida, and Massachusetts, often working in manual labor jobs due to limited opportunity available to them.
Okay, go ahead. Large influx. Go ahead.
Okay, now over here it says the United States and the Caribbean, 1877 to 1920. There's another article over here.
No, yeah, but we're not finished with the first article. Let's finish there first.
Okay,
where's the AI at?
It's right here.
Yeah, I want the AI article.
Okay, so wait. So the first major wave of West Indian immigration to the United States occurred between 1881 and 1915, with many working on the Panama Canal before migrating further north.
Okay, stop right there. Many means most.
Yes, of course, duh.
Okay, right. So now check this out. So that's my point. I'm saying when they came over here, they came over to do a job. They came over here to build the canal, and that's what they did. Now, maybe a few stuck around, but that's okay. So now most of them are in the canal. All right, so now let's keep reading. Go ahead.
Okay. It says major source countries. The majority of the West Indian immigrants in this period came from British colonies and checkmate British colonies.
Right.
Okay. But no. Let's go back to earlier when you was talking about slaves and all of that, and saying that the British did not. Yeah. So
Nah,
that's the short name.
I said the British. I said the British. So look, I'm saying their reparations is gonna come from the British, not American reparation, not Haitian reparation. Their reparations come from the British. Haitian reparations come
There
from.
was no reparation for them. These people had to fight for independence. They didn't get no money till they come.
No.
Hold on. You know that Haiti still owe money to France.
Right. It says they all got reparations claims.
They ain't get no reparation. If you
no. Listen,
you don't get no reparation.
Sis, listen, hold on.
The Haitian fought for independence.
Wait, just listen for a second. Slow down. I'm not even debating you. I'm just
because you're wrong. There was no reparation.
Look, I did not say that. I said reparation claim. If I got an insurance claim, if I got a lawsuit claim, I didn't win yet. It's a claim to be won later. So they
how long is it gonna take for the Haitians to win their claim against the French people if they owe money to French?
All right, look, let's finish reading first, and then we'll talk about that. Let's finish reading.
I want you to ponder on that for a moment, please. Thank you. All right. So the majority of the West Indian immigrants in this period came from British colonies like Jamaica, Trinidad, and Barbados. All right. And the labor market, right? These immigrants often took on low-wage jobs in agriculture, construction, and domestic work. And then down here where it says the urban concentration, while dispersed across the country, a significant number of West Indian Americans settled in major cities like New York City, where they contribute to the cultural fabric, especially in Harlem. Now, despite their growing numbers, West Indian immigrants faced discrimination. Faced discrimination and limited opportunities due to racial prejudice.
Okay, now wait. What
makes you think they want to deal with prejudice?
Okay, wait, no, the word wasn't prejudice, man. The word was Jim Crow.
It says racial prejudice right there. I read it. How you gonna?
Tiffany, hold on.
I just read it to you.
Tiffany, hold on. Slow down. Stop. Slow down.
No, you stop because you all over the place right now.
No, listen. Just have a.
You're all over the place, sir. Please be in line.
Tiffany, have you ever suffered prejudice growing up in your life? Experienced it?
I'm quite sure I have.
Okay, were you in the system Jim Crow when you experienced it?
No, I was not in the system of Jim Crow.
Right, and neither were they. They're up north.
Hey,
Jim Crow was southern.
And limited opportunity due to racial prejudice.
No. Listen to what I'm saying, Tiff. Listen to me.
What are you saying?
Tiffany, listen. Jim Crow was in the south. They're in the north.
You don't think they had Jim Crow laws in the
north? No, it was a southern. Tiffany, I just said that.
A southern thing. Okay, let's look up Jim Crow laws.
Yeah, that was the south. That was Confederate.
You don't think
so? That was the Confederate states, Tiffany.
Hold on.
Okay,
you don't think they dealt with? You don't think they dealt with racial prejudice either?
No.
No,
prejudice. You just said you dealt with racism and prejudice, but you were not in Jim Crow. No. So you can experience it, but not be in Jim Crow.
I didn't say I dealt with racism. You asked me, did I deal with some form of prejudice?
Okay.
And I said yes, I have. I'm quite sure I have.
Jim Crow was the South.
Okay, so yes, it was introduced in the United States, but let's go further and see.
All right, Tiffany, 97% of Black people lived in the South.
Yes.
All right, so those Haitians were by themselves in the North. There was no Black folks up there. There's no FBAs up there. No Black Americans.
But the Haitians also. Haitians also in Florida, right? You know a lot of Haitians in Florida.
Yes,
right?
That's East Coast. That's not Mississippi.
That's the South.
Man,
Florida is in the South. What are you talking about?
You had the Florida Seminole. No, they did not. Your people sought refuge in Florida from white supremacy.
Oh my God! You don't think the people in Florida was affected by Jim Crow?
Ma'am, no.
Are you serious? Okay,
no.
Look,
Jim Crow was Mississippi. You got a movie called Mississippi Burning.
Let's look at Jim Crow in Florida.
Okay, sure.
Oh my God! You really think these people in Florida was not affected Jim Crow laws?
No, Jim Crow.
Okay.
Now look.
Okay.
Wait.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Okay. So as you do that,
you sure about that? Watch this. It's right here. Watch this. Okay. Let me walk you through. It said Jim Crow laws in Florida were a set of segregation laws that prevented Black citizens from using the same facility as white citizens. These laws were in place from 1860s through the 1960s. Example of Jim Crow laws in Florida: public transportation. Passengers were assigned to specific seats.
Public transportation.
Hold on, it's more.
Are you serious?
It's more. If you're looking at the screen, it's more. It's more. Schools, Black students were educated in separate schools that were often underfunded. Beaches, Black people were not allowed to use public beaches. Restrooms, Black people and white people were not allowed to use the same restroom.
What's so bad about that? We're talking about the South, though.
Okay, you know what? I think we're gonna have to end this conversation because I can't. I can't.
No, listen.
No, I can't. And you said what's so bad about that? Did you just ask what's so bad about Jim Crow in Florida?
No. What's so bad about things you're reading? I'm saying Jim Crow in the South, where people were being humped.
Yes, Florida is in the South.
Tiffany, people were being. We got a book called 100 Years of Lynching. Those were Southern. The KKK was mainly in Southern states like Mississippi, the Carolinas.
Florida is a Southern state.
No, okay.
Hold on. So is Florida now a Southern state?
Yeah. Well, it's called Southern, but the KKK didn't.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! What the hell?
Tiffany.
Oh my goodness! Did you just sit and say Florida is not a Southern state?
No, I said it was. Listen, this is what I'm saying.
You said it was. It still is a Southern state. What is you saying?
Okay, cool. Listen, what I'm saying though. I'm saying, North Carolina, Monroe had a population of 12,000 people. This is North Carolina. 7,500 of 12,000 were Klansmen. So that means almost the entire city were Klansmen. Can you show me that in Florida? And black people lived amongst. So now black people made up probably 2,000, 3,000. Most of the city that's just Klansmen. That's not counting the whites who are not in the Klan. So black folks made up now. If Black Americans, African Americans made up a small portion of the city. That's what I'm talking about. That's the Jim Crow state.
Hold on. Okay, now you know there's a book. It's called The Invisible. Watch this. The Invisible Empire: The Ku Klux Klan in Florida. Florida History and Culture. There's a book that you can check out on Amazon.
All right, and we'll check it out. But what we got right now is we got African Americans. We got our cities blown up, not Jamaican cities, not West Indian cities. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh my God. You all over the place. What the hell?
I'm showing you how they didn't experience we experienced. Okay. Show me the Jamaican man who's lynched. Good.
No. Let's go back to Florida. You just said that Florida was not the South. You say it was not the South.
Chat. She can draw that straw man all she wants. I said it was the South. Why would I say it's not the South?
You said it was the South. That's past tense. That's past tense.
Well, we're talking about the past. So I'm gonna use a past tense word.
Okay. Florida is still the South.
Right, but we're talking about past tense. I'm gonna say Florida was the we're talking about it was.
And you said they had no
about Jim Crow, right?
And you said there was no Jim Crow.
No, the Jim Crow was popping in states like Mississippi, the Carolinas, I think Virginia. Like there were certain states where the KKK just that's where all the drama was. That's where that's where
you said that Florida. I thought I could have sworn you said that Florida did not have no Jim Crow.
No, you read some soft stuff. You didn't read lynching.
Are you serious? Did you just say that's some soft stuff? That's not soft. Being segregated. I want you to tell that. Hold on. Cause see now you just tried it.
That was some soft.
You just tried it. You just tried it.
There were some blacks that would love that. There were some blacks that would love that.
That is disrespectful what you just said. That is disrespectful to those
separate
people.
Beaches?
No. That is disrespectful. Because you don't know what they experience a lot of hardship out there.
Why didn't Dr. King march in Florida?
Hold on, it ain't about that. But when Dr. King spoke on everything.
I'm saying, but he went to the worst. But he went to the most racist places in America.
What he still was addressing black issues here in America.
Alabama's another state. I'm saying, but he went to the worst racist states to demonstrate, to practice his civil rights.
No.
Why he go to Florida?
No. How we know that he never went to Florida?
Because we know where he went.
What you just said, hold on, let me stop you right there. What you just said was downright disrespectful. That's disrespectful what you said. That's some soft stuff. Well, put yourself in these people's shoes and see how it feels to go through the hardship that they had to endure. You can't go to the beach. You got to find somewhere else to go. You can't even go to a public restaurant. You got to go to the most filthiest bathroom. You can't even get proper education. You know what I'm saying? Because the books that you reading or you learning from, they are so bad and they torn up and they terrible. And the school itself is in terrible condition. And you gonna say that this is some soft stuff? What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why would you call yourself a foundation of Black Americans? Say you stand up the concept of for Black people, but you gonna sit up here and say what the people in Florida dealt with was some soft stuff?
That was soft.
No, that's not soft. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Sometimes.
Are you crazy? I want you to tell this to the elderly Black folks that experience. As a matter of fact, I want you to tell that to the Black folks.
Hey, Tiff, can you see my screen?
They experienced the racism in Florida. They experienced the segregation in Florida. I want you to look at these older Black people and tell them that what you was going through in Florida was some soft stuff.
Can you see my screen?
Bruh. I can't believe it. I can see your screen.
Okay,
but
so
you can't.
let me read
I'm not letting you off the hook on this one. I'm not letting you off the hook. I'm not letting you off the hook.
Woosah.
Nah, that's crazy though. That's disrespectful, man. That's just downright disrespectful. What you just said. That's downright disrespectful.
I'm gonna read this right here.
I'll let you read it.
Okay, thank you, sis. It says, "How much do Britain owe Jamaica?" It doesn't say America. It doesn't say Haiti. It says, "How much do Britain owe Jamaica?" It says, "What is the Caribbean Reparations Commission?" Okay, not the Haitian, not the Black American. The Caribbean Reparations Commission. The Caribbean Reparations Commission is a regional body created to establish the moral, ethical, and legal case for the legal case for the payment of reparations by the governments of all the former colonial powers and the relevant institutions of those countries to the nations and people of the Caribbean community, not Black African Americans, not Haitians, for the crime against it. So again, every Black country in the diaspora, we have our own country to sue, and that's the people who colonize us. So Jamaicans are going to sue Britain. The Haitians are going to have a claim against the French. And African Americans, our claim is with America. We all have our separate claims. So what Jamaicans are owed, Black Americans has nothing to do with that. We're not tied to that. It says the Caribbeans only. Haitians can't go to Britain and say, "Hey, I want some of that Jamaican money." That's not going to happen. Just like Jamaicans and Haitians can't come over here and say, "Hey, I want some of that reparation money y'all about to get." And we can't go to Haiti and say, "Hey, I want some of that." That can't happen. If you're not from the West Indies, you're not part of the CARICOM Reparations Commission. If you're not from America, you're not part of the ADOS and whatever stuff we got over here. And if you're not Haitian, you're not part of what they got going over there. Okay, so I just want to show that. So the reason I'm showing this because I was explaining why we have these terms like ADOS, freedmen, American freedmen, and we have FBA, because that's our way. How Jamaicans say to Jamaican, Haitians say to Haitians. This is our way of saying we are this and nobody else Black is. You're still our family. We still love you. We're all still from Africa, but we are this. You're Haitian.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. It's identity crisis. That's what it is. It's identity crisis because we don't want to accept our lineage here. A lot of us do not want to accept that. A lot of Black people do not want to accept the fact that they come from African descended bloodline. They don't want to accept that.
But we're called African American.
Hold on. They don't want to accept that they also got some Caribbean in their bloodline. I can show you my DNA
test. I got no Caribbean.
I can show you my DNA test.
I got no Caribbean in me at all. Zero.
I do. I got some Caribbean in me.
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay.
No.
I can show you my DNA test.
You might have a CARICOM claim.
I can show you my DNA test. I can show you I got, a lot of African in me.
All right, let me unshare.
I can show you. I can show you my genetics. I can go to Ancestry.
I want to see. Wait, then you better get your money. You better get your money in Jamaica then.
Nah, I mean, it ain't about that, but again, it's all connected. That's the part that you fail to understand. It's not okay, it was just a Jamaican business, it was just a United States business, or it was just Haitian. No, this was.
I forgot. So after you show that, I forgot to ask you about. You said you're RBG, right?
I don't claim myself to be RBG, but I'm somebody. I'm an African American that identifies with the Pan-African ideology.
Okay, there you go. We want to know about that. After when you get a chance, we want to know about the Pan-African ideology.
Well, let me post on my DNA information.
Daddy,
my ancestry. I'm trying to pull it up. Oh goodness. Okay, hold on. Give me a moment because I'm about to pull it up. I'm about to pull up information.
Yeah, we got a moment. It's Friday. We ain't got nothing to do, Craig.
Wait, hold on.
You dig? So the chat said you whooping on me.
I mean, I'm not trying to whoop on you, but it's just like, God, leave my boy.
Hey, chat, if she whooping on me, then why don't y'all support her Cash App?
I'm like, God damn, my boy, you just all over the place. I'm like, dang, gee, I can't even follow through. I'm trying to follow you. I'm trying to give you the benefit.
Give them your Cash App so they can support you. What's your Cash App?
My Cash App is, hold on, let me type it in here. Maybe I could type in this little chat thing. Let me see.
Yeah, I think they're capping, saying you winning. I think they're capping.
I don't know if you can see it. Can't you see it?
Daddy.
In the YouTube chat?
No, it's in the Zoom chat.
All right. Oh shit.
I don't know if you can see it.
Let me see. Okay, I see it. Hold on. What's that about? That's some gangster stuff you got there.
Okay, hold on. Ooh, child. I don't know. Ancestry website be tripping. It's interesting. Okay. Finally, I was able to pull it up. Okay, can't you see it? If not, then I had to put it in the YouTube chat. Then
not yet. You were supposed to put your Cash App in the YouTube chat.
Okay, well, okay.
I did it for you.
Okay, did you put in the correct Cash App?
Yes, Tip World.
$sign Tip World. Yes, $sign Tip World.
Did you check it earlier?
Yes, I did. I did check it early.
Okay, good.
Okay, now, all right. So here it is. Let me share my screen. Okay. I don't know if you can see my screen. Can't you see my screen?
Yes, I see it right now.
Okay. So this is my ancestry DNA. Okay. Now, right here it says 30% Nigerian. Okay. 17% Benin and Togo. 13% Mali. 7% Ivory Coast and Ghana. 6% Nigerian Woodlands. All right. And then you're going to see where it says the Cameroon, 6%. All right, 5% Western Bantu peoples, 4% Yoruba land. All right. And then it shows the ethnic group. Okay, you see all the ethnic groups on here?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Well,
where's the Caribbean?
All right, let me go down to here.
You went down. I seen it. I seen white man, but I ain't see no Caribbean.
It's on here. I have to.
No, it's not. I'm looking right there.
No, I'm trying to find it. Maybe it's on.
But you ain't got to look no further. It's not there. But you have Scottish, France.
Yes, and I do have some Caribbean. That's all my. Okay, I have to go on my 23andMe. That's why I have to go on
No, stay right here. No, don't try to just chase. Stay
right here. No, because it's pretty much similar. And you see a lot of stuff like Ancestry don't show as much as 23andMe does. So it's like they have to catch on with what 23andMe is doing. So let me see.
Yo, Hazard, yo, you are crazy, yo.
I mean, that's another thing. Y'all don't believe in no DNA test either.
Oh no, yes we do. No, we
Oh,
are
y'all don't.
scientific.
A lot of y'all don't. Y'all don't believe in no DNA test.
Ma'am, if you look at my channel, I got chemistry videos. I'm explaining, sharing chemistry. So no, I'm definitely pro science.
Well, maybe I gotta go with the origins. Okay.
I'm chemistry literate as far as the basics.
Okay. All right. So okay, I gotta go back to origins.
We don't believe this DNA test. You crazy?
I'm telling you, a lot of FBAs don't believe in DNA tests.
Yeah, they be capping because once that test says you are 99.9 not the father, you're gonna get up and start dancing. So he believes in DNA.
Okay. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I think I seen something.
You did see something, but it wasn't West Indies. You seen France?
No, but
Nigerian.
Hold on.
It's okay. You don't share.
Yes, I do share. I can go on my 23.
You might share the carnival costume. That's about it, but you don't share.
Shawty, you disrespectful, bro. That's what you're a disrespectful dude.
You call that disrespectful?
I know that about you. You just straight disrespect. You just low key dissing and all that, like, bro.
That's called dissing you.
No, I'm just saying you just dissing. You might as well be dissing Black history altogether because that's what you're doing. But anyways, okay. So since it's not showing on here,
it doesn't show nowhere. You're not West Indian.
Okay, bro. I can go to 23andMe. I got some, like I said, I got some Caribbean in me. I can go to my 23andMe.
Nah.
It's just that yes, I can. I can do that.
The only Caribbean you gotta use the ox tells you 8. That's it.
Hey, Shai, stop being disrespectful because I can go there. I'm trying not to go there because you're gonna make me get off and be real disrespectful to you. I'm trying not to go there.
That was a joke.
I'm trying not to go there. Let's keep it civilized. Let's keep it respectful. Because I don't want to do that. I don't want to look like a bad guy because I done went there with you.
Oh my God.
Because you already sound crazy as shit right now, to be honest. You do sound crazy. Right. So here's the other part of the diaspora, all right, which is the early Alabama and Georgia African American. Okay. So that's my other half.
Right. FBA. I mean Black American.
No, it's African American. I mean, you can have that FBA stuff.
Okay, African American, FBA, same thing.
Not really, because y'all on some other crap. Y'all on some other crap. But okay, but I'm gonna let you live with that. So, but just to show you, right here where it says my connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I should have,
It says no results found.
What you mean?
Like you look for something on Google and it's not there. They'll say no results found.
Okay, well, it probably ain't, because it's supposed to explain the details, the origin behind it.
Oh, it did. It said you are
West
African.
Where?
Remember earlier it said Nigeria. That's
West African. No. It explains like for the diaspora. It's supposed to explain.
Nah.
It's supposed to explain, the origin of, the African Americans and how, etc. Like it goes. Let me see. Maybe I have to go into journey.
Now you can stop sharing. We could talk about something else.
No. I got something else to share with you because I'm about to. Okay, so I should have did 23andMe. I mean, it's pretty much similar. It's very similar, but it's just that Ancestry is not as upgraded as 23andMe, and they have to be upgraded. So let me go on my 23andMe page.
No.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to take you there because it's like I said, my result is very similar. It's just the only thing is not really upgraded on Ancestry. It's the Caribbean part. I don't know why. They don't have a lot of stuff updated like 23andMe does. Hold on. Okay.
Hey sis, do you know you could be FBA and Pan Africanist at the same time?
No, that don't work with me. That don't work with me. A lot of FBAs have a problem with those who identify as Pan African.
Yeah,
They,
you see that? You see that?
they call people tither or whatever that term is.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we're called a kata, we're called Yankee, so we have our own
A
term. It's a
Yankee by
problem.
who? Who calls you a Yankee?
The West Indies.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not finna. I'm not finna play those semantics with you.
Right. So you know, but you know, the difference is that when they say Yankee, that's all of us. When they say kata, that's all of us. When we say tether, that's not all of them. That's just the class of disrespectful and hate us. But not all black immigrants are tethers, because not all of them hate us. Some of us love us.
So if that's the case, then why they use the term
Because
to
you got
describe the number?
okay.
So here's my information
Wait,
from.
let me ask you a question. When it comes to white folks, they're not all racist, but the ones who are racist, we call them racist. So it's a term for all bad groups.
Okay, all right then. Okay, anyway. Okay, so here it is. If you can see my 23andMe.
Yes, ma'am. West African, Nigeria. Got it.
Yes. Okay. So now 23andMe, this is how they lay it out. Now some people on their results, they have the ethnic group shown on their 23andMe. For some reason, my ethnic group is not shown on here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what, as you can see, is 100%. Of course, that's me. 90.6% sub-Saharan African, which is.
How much was this test?
I did this some years ago. This part was like $50, somewhere like that.
That's it. Oh, I'm not. So what you
$55 somewhere like that. I can't exactly.
So what you do? Swab and just send it back?
Yes, you have to spit in the tube and send it back. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yes. I encourage you to do it.
I know I got no West Indian in me at all.
Okay, so watch
just
this.
like you.
Okay, so watch this. West African, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 78.7%.
That's a lot.
Guess what? Nigerian, 42.2%, and that's very common with the African Americans.
Right.
A lot of have more Nigerian ancestry than any other West African group. Okay, now we go down here to the
nation country. Wait. What state you in?
I think I just told you before. You ain't hear me when I say Georgia.
Oh, damn! You way more country. You must be like Southern Georgia or something.
No, I'm in Georgia.
You ain't near the city.
I'm in the city.
Wow. Well, that's not where you're originally from.
Okay. Now down here where it says African diaspora, which is very accurate and very correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Going back to also what ancestry put on there. See.
But I don't see no West Indies though.
Oh no, it's on there. I'm just gonna pull it. I'm about to pull it up. But see,
yeah, I'm about to put my glasses on since y'all look for this one right here.
Okay, it's right here. It's right down here at the bottom.
It says 0.
It's right here. Do you see where it says Caribbean? That's the West Indies. What you call
0.
West Indies? No, it doesn't say 0. Okay, so it says what? Jamaica. Okay, now watch this. It says Jamaica has 14 administrative regions. You share DNA with 23andMe participants who mostly frequently report their ancestors were from the following 2 regions: St. Andrews Parish.
Yeah, but I don't see a percentage.
That is West Indies, Jamaica.
No, I don't see a percentage.
No, of course it's not a percentage per se. It just showed the region where where my ancestors came from as far as the Caribbean. So more than likely they were from St. Andrews Parish and Westmoreland Parish. So they don't give a percentage of how many Okay? They only give a percentage when it comes to the African and also like European descent. So for my European descent, it's 8.7%. Okay.
So I only got 7 likes, and we got the glorious Tiffany on here. I got 7 likes. God damn, y'all hating on me.
And right here, it's got 90.6%. Okay. Okay, so
yeah, everybody sent Tiffany $100. Hey, Tiff, I want my cut. I want 30%.
Nah,
I want 30%.
They ain't finna send me no $100.
I want 30%. Can I get 30%? If they do, can I get 30%? What? You get 2,600. I can't get 30% of that.
I don't know, bro.
You hop on tomorrow. It might be 100 folks on here. You know what I mean? You fuck around and.
Yeah, they probably ain't coming on here because they don't want to hear my voice. I don't care.
No. Because it's Friday and you got other. See, what happens is when you go online, it's all about timing. Like I don't care. I just go live. But other people on live, it's Friday, so everybody's off. So everybody's like into like the bigger platform. But like a Tuesday, a Wednesday night, the numbers go crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but right now we're competing with larger platforms.
Oh, well. Okay, but anyways, yeah, that's my information. That's my DNA test. So I'm saying to say that I have no reason to be no FBA, no nothing.
You do.
No, I don't have no reason, and I wish you would stop doing that.
Okay, can you just take out 2 minutes for me to say?
Wait. Now you're trying to use coercion.
No. I'm saying I'm trying to use patience. I said, can you just give me 2 minutes to explain? Is that okay?
You can go ahead and explain, but I'm gonna dispute it.
No, I'm saying no. You don't have to accept it. I'm just saying, can you just listen?
I'm gonna listen to it.
Thank you. Okay, so like I said before, if Black immigrants come over here, they're Haitian. They got their own flag, their own country, but they are able to select Black African American on the application, and now they're classified as one of us. But if we go to Haiti, nothing we do will be classified as a Haitian. Right, so America, like that's America disrespecting Black Americans by letting anybody come over here. Well, not anybody, but Black immigrants come over here and identify exactly with us. Meaning that when you say you're Black American, you're basically saying that your lineage goes back to slavery in America. Okay, and that's not true. They had their own slaveries in their own native countries. So we feel like white folks are disrespecting us because they don't want to repair the damage they did to us. So instead of doing that, they rather just bring other folks over here and try to replace us. They try to ignore the problem rather than solving it. So we like, all right, listen, we're done with the word game. You say Negro, you say color, you say African American. So we're the whole continent in a country. There's nobody in Africa called African Nigerian, African Lebanon, African Haiti. What? These terms, no, I'm saying officially, like no Jamaican say I'm African Jamaican. Like,
yeah, okay.
Like, I just went there, ma'am. It says if you go to a map, if you look, listen. If you go to a map, it's going to say Jamaica. It's not going to say African Jamaica. I'm saying like
you don't think there's Jamaican people that identify with being Black or being African?
Tiffany, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Haiti is spelled H-A-I. It's not spelled A-F-R-I-C-A-N. Jamaica.
So you don't think the Haitians identify themselves?
No. I'm not, Tiffany. I'm not saying what they identify with. I'm saying in their name, their country is called Haiti. Their country is not called African Haiti. I'm saying that. I'm saying Trinidad and Tobago is not called African Trinidad and Tobago.
Of course it's not. It's not called that.
Right. Nobody has, as the identifier, nobody has in the diaspora or even the continent. It's not called African Nigeria. It's not called African.
No, but they identify as being African.
Tiff, I'm not speaking about identifiers right now.
It's called Africa.
Tiffany, you gotta listen to me. You're not listening.
I'm trying, but you is all over the place. Oh my God.
Because you're not listening.
I'm trying to listen to you, but it's like you just bouncing off the wall. You gotta be parallel.
So look, okay, watch this. Look at my screen. I'm gonna show you something.
Okay. But I'm gonna tell you this, they do identify as being African.
I'm not speaking about identifying.
They identify being Black. So of course, but Africa is a continent.
Right. And nobody, again, if you ask a man from Ghana, what is he? He's going to say Ghana. He's not going to say I'm African Ghana.
He's going to say he's African. If he's here in America, he's going to say I'm from Ghana, but he's going to say I'm an African.
No, Tiff, listen what I'm saying to you. Listen.
And do you know they have Pan-Africanism over there in Africa?
No problem. Listen what I'm saying right now. See, look, you're going somewhere else. You're all over the place. I'm
No,
saying
you are all over the place. You say they don't identify as being African.
Tiff,
When they come here, they'll tell you they from. They gonna tell you what country they from. They gonna say they African.
Right? No, Tiff. We're not. No, that's a continent. If we ask him what country he's from, he's going to say Ghana. Okay. If we ask the guy where he's from, he's going to say Rwanda. He's not going to say.
Yes, but he's going to also tell you he's African.
No. Listen. What I'm saying is, when you ask him where he's from and what he is, he's going to say, "I'm from Ghana. I'm Ghanaian." If you ask another guy where he's from, he's going to say, "I'm from." Let's say, I don't know. Just give me a country. Liberia.
Liberia. Zimbabwe.
Look, Liberia, and I'm a Liberian. He's not gonna say, okay, Tiff, listen what I'm saying. And
then you ask them, well, where is those places?
No.
Africa.
But I'm not asking about the continent. I want to know who he
is. They're gonna say, I am African, but I am from Liberia.
No. Hey, Tiff, when you ask somebody like a Spanish person, where you from? He's gonna say Venezuela. He's not gonna say South America.
Some of them do say South America.
No. If I say De Donde, he's gonna understand. I'm specifically asking him, where do you live? What country? Not what continent.
Yeah, they gonna tell you what country. Yeah, what country?
Right. Exactly. So when you ask a white person overseas in Europe, let's say West Europe, where you from? If they from France, listen, they're not gonna say I'm from European France. They're gonna say I'm from France. If I ask an Indian where you're from, he's not gonna say Asia, India. He's gonna say I'm from India. Goodness. So back to the African. If I ask a Liberian where he's from, he's going to say Liberia. And I say, okay, well, what are you? He's going to say Liberian. The word Africa is not going to come up unless I say what continent are you from? And then he'll say Africa. But with us, why are we the only Black people that list a continent with our?
Because of our. You know what? I tell you what. I'm just gonna leave this alone, but I'm gonna say this, and I'm about to just go. Okay?
You gonna mention Cash App though?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna post my Cash App up on Unbiased channel. Okay, I'm gonna post this Cash App up, but I'm going to say this to you guys out there that's listening. Okay. The reason why we identify as being African because of our African ancestry that we carry, okay? And I meant to say this earlier, speaking of that, you were saying that Jesse Jackson came up with the term African American.
No, he didn't come up with it. He
no, that term African American being used.
I know, I said
for a long time, okay? And then before and after that, there was a term called Afro-American.
Which we hate. Okay? We hate that one because I don't have an Afro.
Okay, Afro basically just goes back to being African descended. That's all it means.
I don't like the word Afro. I find
that's fine. You know, you don't have to like the word, but I'm just telling you that's what our people also identify themselves as. Okay, but I just want to make a correction because people tend to think that Jesse Jackson was the one that came up with the term.
Yeah, no, but you never explained what Pan-Africanism is. You never explained that.
No, I'm not, because at this point I don't know, because it's like it's like I don't know, man. It's like you just all over the place at the moment. I can't even.
We're getting to know each other. Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
I don't think I could continue on because it's like you. It just baffles me at the things that you're saying. You asking a question why we the only people saying the word African or using African American when I just basically said because of our African ancestry. It's like oh my God.
So I don't even know. How come Jamaicans don't say hey? Okay, so when Hussein broke the records, I don't recall a news article saying African Jamaican. The word Africa is never.
Oh my goodness!
The word Africa is never mentioned when it comes to Hussein Bolt. Not one time. When it comes to Bob Marley, Jamaicans. When it comes to Bob Marley, right? Any article on Bob Marley, it never says, hey, the African Jamaican singer, but it never says the word Africa.
You never heard of Afro Jamaican, Afro Ghanaian?
No, I'm saying.
I tell you what.
I'm saying
Thank
when.
you for having me on.
Oh my God.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on. But I'm gonna go ahead and just end it from here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna end it here. But I do appreciate this because
Okay.
we're not getting anywhere. We're really not getting anywhere.
Okay.
It's really you're starting to drive me crazy. So I'm just gonna be straight up honest. And I'm surprised I lasted this long. I'm really surprised I lasted this long. So
that's because I'm good. That's what you lasted long. I'm good
no,
today.
no. It ain't about you being good because you just all over the place. I'm surprised I had this much patience. I'm really surprised.
You had little patience from the beginning.
I had this much patience to tolerate to listen to all of this. I had so much patience for this. But okay. But anyways, you have a good night.
Okay.
And you just have a good night. All right.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye. Peace. Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for having me on. Peace.
Yes, man. Thanks for coming. Okay. So she is going to leave. All right. So listen. Now, if Black people, if we're going to get somewhere with this unity stuff, we got to put an effort in to listen to each other, to try to understand why is this person something I disagree with. So you'll have a Christian, right, that's Black. And that Christian wants to know, why is that other Black person Muslim? You can't go into the conversation with a blatant bias to start it off. It ain't gonna work out. Because as soon as they say, hey, I'm Muslim because, no, you don't believe in Jesus. No, that's not how that happened. So she was freaking out once we started talking. She was freaking out. Okay. So you guys know the talking points. I ain't got to reiterate with you guys. But now, she's feisty. She definitely don't have tolerance, right? She's definitely intolerable, but that's not just for me. I sense she's intolerable to everything. Okay. All right. Anyway, she's a nice woman who's from her DNA shows Nigeria and Ghana and other places in West Africa. And they give percentages, right? When she pulled up the West Indies, we had no percentages of her. Okay? Not one, not even 1%, nothing. But that's how we do it today, right? We're something when it doesn't say it. Lord Jamar says that his father's side is from Guyana. And somehow, to some FBAs and to some tethers, somehow that means he's FBA. So case in point, let me just go there. Right. So now if anybody got tolerance, it's me. Because I'm showing you guys out the man's mouth what he is saying he is. And you guys are saying he's not that, he's this. That is weird behavior. Case in point. Okay, case in point. Case in point. Oh boy, I think I might have to use my so I'm not gonna go back over this. I gotta use my computer. This iPad ain't working. Damn, but you know what? The computer is not gonna have a microphone. And why isn't his mouse working? What the hell's going on? All right, hold on. So this mouse. I cannot do a computer by the mouse. Oh boy. Okay, it's working now. I'm about to say I cannot do a computer. So let me log on to hey, go lay down, dog.
Lay down, dog.
Go. Yeah. You lay down too. All right. So let me pull up Zoom on this one. All right. Oh boy. I thought sis would have a little bit more discipline tonight. Right. So let me just put in the meeting code. So if this iPad dies, which it is gonna die, at least the chart don't fall off. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, by the way. I expect sis to stay on a little longer, but I guess she got enough cash apps. I'm out of here. All right. We should have given her the money after she stood around for about an hour and a half. All right, so 878. The next sister we have, we're gonna say, hey man, they're gonna cash at you after, depending on how you leave. We'll say it like that, sis. They're gonna support you, but it depends on how you exit. What does that mean? Okay. Yo, that dark video of me looked like, I thought that was an avatar, yo. That was crazy. All right. Okay, so good. So if this dies, we're still good. All right, so now let me put the link in the chat. So if she cooked me early, I had to win the second half. $93 piece, man. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat and and the phone number. Right? Oh, matter of fact, wasn't it a guy who said he was gonna holler at me? Say, oh, he said Saturday. All right. So we got a troll who's claiming to come on the channel Saturday. Let me find a phone number. Oh no, never mind. So if you want the phone number, just let me know. It's gonna be a hassle getting it right now. Dwight Dorsey says, sorry, if I go back to the motherland and help build the third well, I am moving to Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. So now everybody got her attitude was she watched too much world hip hop in the shade room. Listen, when you say you're a teacher of anybody and what you're teaching is against the status quo, you have to know you're going to get supreme opposition. Now I'm poking like a little fun here and there, but I'm pretty much was cool, calm, collected. Like she was exaggerating and excessive, saying I'm disrespectful. She was straight captain. But you have to still maintain your poise, okay? Because I'm just a guy, your brother, talking to you. What happens when you're invited to the Sean Hannity show? When they're gaslighting the hell out you, poking at you, you dig? Like, so you have to. If you're a teacher, you're a reader, you're a scholar, you got to imagine yourself speaking to the American public and the interviewer is a race soldier. So Malcolm X was great at that. Okay. Whether you like him or not, Tariq Nasheed is great at that. They're great and Malik Zulus-Baz. Okay. It's just to name a few. Mark Lamont Hill's pretty good. You know, Tavis Smiley, those guys got good. But I'm going with people who you would call radical. Okay, Malcolm X is known as a radical, so is Tariq Nasheed. They are great when they've been interviewed by a white supremacist suspect. They're great with keeping their composure, keeping their cool, but staying sharp and brief with their answers and their responses. So, sis, I encourage you, if you're studying to teach people, okay, knowing that you're in the system of global white supremacy, what Unbiased did today was fun. It was in a brotherly sense. Sis, you're going to face real a-holes who hate everything about you. And they're going to be facetious, cynical, sarcastic. And guess what? It's their platform. And if you bug out, they're going to make a meme, make shorts, and make you look crazy and ruin your career. Okay. You have to work on self-discipline. You shouldn't be crashing out, but nothing I said tonight was crash out worthy. Okay? Nothing I said was crash out worthy. We're just talking, having a conversation. And it's okay to disagree, but we're disagreeing lightly. We're not even disagreeing heavily. Okay. She said she was Indies. Okay, we didn't find it. The first DNA test, she just gave up on that one. She conceded. Oh, it's not here. She goes to another one, it's not there either. The other one's not there either. Okay, it's okay not to be from West India, Mom. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I understand she's a West Indian sympathizer. Maybe she's close with somebody from the West Indies. Because that usually happens with us FBAs. That's why, to some degree, like, try to befriend FBAs until you can handle befriending somebody else without worshiping them. How many Black Muslims you seen that worship white Arabs? Like, I don't know if that's our DNA. I don't know what's going on, but we love to worship people. And unworthy people at that. Okay. So I'm trying to remember what we talked about earlier. Okay, so I look, FBA's Adolf Friedman, right? They hate Tariq for whatever reason. Okay, you could hate Elon Musk for whatever reason, but to sit there and say Teslas are horrible cars, you're lying. So just because you hate Tariq, that doesn't mean what he produces is bad. Because most people who watch 1804 loved it. It might have been a little bit pseudo. Okay, go. No, you throw your spaghetti. That's your fault. No. No. You had dinner. You asked for the spaghetti, and you threw it away without even telling me you threw it away. Okay, you want a yogurt? Okay. Okay, sit down.
I want to sit down.
You want a yogurt? So you gotta sit down.
I sit down.
Go. All right. So sis, I encourage you. I was not your op today. I did not antagonize you. I was talking to you like an older brother, older friend of the Black family, and you got this set belief on FBA Adolf Friedman, American Friedman, that you just go off, and this is what Brother Reggie was doing. This is what Chief X was doing, and which is sad because I view those brothers with they're supposed to have. I view them as like potentially smart. Okay, but your actions, lets everything. So they both kept grouping all people who call themselves FBAs as one. Okay, as one person. There are FBAs who love the reparation movement. They love the idea of naming yourself exclusive to other races or ethnicities. They love that idea. But they're also not in love with Tariq Nasheed. Okay, they don't watch his content, none of that stuff. Okay? But for some reason, the people who watch Tariq Nasheed, they believe all of the FBAs are watching Tariq Nasheed videos. Like, they don't understand the FBA they don't want to, they do understand. They don't want to understand. The FBA is just a new way to call yourself something. It's replacing African American. It's just that simple. FBA is replacing, for us, not for all, it's replacing white, it's replacing African American. I said white because I had MAGA in my mind. MAGA was a new way of replacing white nationalists. Okay? So you have the term white. Okay, stop. Stop. Okay, so you got a term called white nationalists, right? White nationalism. You got a lot of white nationalists had groups, the KKK, the Aryan Nation, things like that, right? But here comes a new term that they all embraced, right? Because they felt like it was more fitting. They didn't call for it. Donald Trump, like in the Turk Nasheed position, very influential, very charismatic, got a sense of humor. What did he do? He said MAGA. And all those white nationalists, they dropped their titles and what they call themselves, what they call their movement, and they immediately adopted MAGA.
He was chasing another.
'93, what's up, man?
Let me see. Can you hear me, bro? Yo.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. What'd you say, 93?
I'm trying to see if you can hear me or not because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, peace. How you doing, Unbiased?
Hey, bro. Great, man. How you yourself?
I'm all right. I was watching the show. Of course, I was disagreeing with people in the chat, but I only came up here to hear for you to explain because I came in the middle.
Okay.
So I don't want to misrepresent you or come in here, on the wrong foot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Platform.
That's fair.
Yeah, tell me everything. What's going on, and what are your viewpoints with the whole thing? Everything, FBA and Pan
Okay, so now we look at FBA as just one way as a ethnic identifier, just like somebody call themselves Mexican, right? A Mexican, they're also called Latinos or Hispanics, but they're different from a Venezuelan, right? Different culture, different region, everything about them is different. Okay. But now their genetics, their biology is probably the same, but the way they view life, the way they cook, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they speak their Spanish is totally different from somebody from Panamania. But they're all, or Panama, I'm sorry, but they're all listed as Hispanic. So what I'm saying is, what we're saying with FBA is not saying we're not African descent. It's not saying we're not black like other black folks. It's saying the same thing with the Mexican and the person with Panamanian. It's saying we're all of that, but with us, we have a different experience on life. We have a different culture. We have a different way of speaking, and we have a different way of thinking, different from our other black family across the world. So but we, FBA in America, we share similar thoughts. We share similar interests. We like football. Africans might like soccer, right? Or Caribbean might like soccer. We like football and basketball, right? Caribbeans might like soccer and cricket. I don't know, but their things are different. Like their interests, we don't cook oxtail, right? We cook soul food.
Well, some of us do cook oxtail.
No, I'm saying large brother. Never in my life. Okay, now watch this. I'm 47. Never in my life I ever been to an FBA dinner in oxtail. Never in my life. But that just tell you that how far between that is. But
that's just the anecdotal experience, though.
No. Well, everything's anecdotal. What you just said was anecdotal. But what I'm saying is that Leonard's on the panel, and I don't know anything about him as far as I never met him in person. But what I'm saying is when I go to somebody say if an FBA parent invites me over for dinner, I'm not looking forward to oxtail because that's not our custom. Yes, we make it. Some of us make it because we love it. So we try to make it after somebody from the Caribbean. Just like Caribbean people, sometimes they make mac and cheese. And that's okay, nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying for the most part, if you go to an FBA home, you can expect to listen to hip hop, rap. You can expect to eat a soul food type of dinner. and you can expect to have like an American conversation on politics, sports, and I end it like that. I'll shut up.
No, I think I get what you're saying. I'm not totally unfamiliar with this topic, but it's always good to let somebody give their point. You know, you don't ever want to come on and misrepresent somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, you believe this, therefore, because just because you're FBA, that you might not agree with everything an FBA might be doing. Like
We don't.
in the chat, you get people, you know, they're skeptical of DNA, and they might
see, not me.
make some
like,
bad arguments.
I embrace science, right?
Right, but they might
make.
They might make bad arguments, but that shouldn't reflect on FBA. I get what you mean.
But that's what people do, though. Like, people look at us as one person. Like, we all think the same way. We're all, you know, male chauvinists, narcissists, right? Yeah, no, you're going to, just like, again, back to Mexico. In Mexico, you're going to meet hard-working people. Then you're going to meet intellectuals. And then you're going to meet people in the cartel family, right? So you can't judge them all by either one of those people. You got to judge the person based off what they present to you, right? and how you know them. So if a Mexican is an intellectual, don't call him a cartel member, right? And don't call him a labor worker. Like, he is just smart. So that's all it is. It's just a bunch of people that share common customs. That's it.
No, I get it. It. It's just a more specific title to reference what we was calling African American. I still use African Americans, but I do know when they want to be specific and cut out any people who come assimilate themselves as African American.
Let me tell you that's important, because I just looked up CARICOM. Okay, CARICOM explained itself as reparations for the Caribbean countries only. Okay, so now if I go to Jamaica for whatever time, I will never be included to the CARICOM because I'm not ethnically Jamaican. I never was, never will be, because ethnic, you can't join the ethnic. You're born into it, right? That's just who you are, and your lineage should trace back. Your lineage should trace back to the beginnings of the ethnic. So now all of our ethnics, right? All of the ethnic groups, we all start off as Africans. We all start off as Africans. Same African, right? Different region, but West African for the most part. But what made the Africans different, it wasn't genetics, because we got the same genetics. It was the way we view life, and then our customs and our belief systems and our language. That's what made us different. So now all these Africans in the Caribbean, they have the same customs, right? For the most part, they speak the same language, and they have the same world viewpoint. They're different than the Africans in Haiti. The Africans in Haiti, they all have a similar viewpoint, religion, and language, and their viewpoint is different from Jamaican. So if you take a Haitian and put him in Jamaica, he realizes he's different. And Jamaicans realize he's different. Like, yo, this guy's not one of us.
Yeah, you talk about culture, yeah.
Right. Now, they don't hate him, they still love him, but they're like, yo, but he's not from us. Like, he don't have our culture, and that's make you different. So now, as a result, we're called Jamaicans, we're called Trinidadians, we're called Caribbean, because our cultures are the same. We can relate. If you come to America, especially like the East Coast, you'll see a Jamaican has no problem befriending a Trinidadian. A Trinidadian has no problem befriending somebody from Barbados. They click up before FBA. Like, they would click up with each other before FBAs. That's what they do. But FBAs do the same thing. We'll click up with each other over the Caribbean and Africans. And Africans come over here, they build an African community like North. They'll have their own African community where it's just them. So it just so FBA is just like you said, it's to replace African American, because African American is not all exclusive.
It's too broad, because you got white Africans, you have
It's
a lot of
people
who are assimilated.
Yes, and guess what? It's the only ethnic identifier that's not all exclusive. It opens the door for Elon Musk. If he comes over here and get American citizenship, he's African American
on paper, but
well, no, that's all you need. So because when you apply for application for a job or benefits, you're putting African American. So is he.
Yeah, well, he can also put white American at this point.
Well, I don't know what he can put, but we don't like the fact he can even look at African American. We don't like that. So now with terms like American freedmen, or what they also call emancipated persons, he can never put that, because only one people were emancipated in America. Not Jamaicans, not Haitians, not the French. it was the slaves of America, which is what they call ADAS, what they call ADAS, ADS or DAS, DAS, what they also call American Freedmen and FBA. We are the only people who our lineage goes back to slaves that was emancipated
in America.
Right.
Now, let me ask you now, when it comes to the topic of reparations, that's purely for slavery. That's not including Jim Crow, right?
No, that's slavery. Now look, we could even include Jim Crow because even then, as I explained to the sister, you had a handful of Caribbeans or and Africans in America, and most of them snuck into the country illegally because you had something called 1917 immigration restrictive laws, right? Restrictive means they don't let people in, and they were not even letting white people. White people only wanted what they call the genetic or they practice eugenics. They only wanted the genetic superior.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. They wanted their own. They didn't want Mediterranean,
No
Jewish,
Eastern,
none of that
right.
stuff.
But also no Slovenian, no Albanian, no Kim Kardashian. They look at all of them as inferior whites.
They was classified as non-white up until a certain amount of time.
Right.
Italian,
But look,
Jew.
but they were classified as non-white, but they was classified as European though, right? Because they made it clear in their law that it's the wording in the law. It says no Europeans from East or South of Europe. So they were all Europeans. But they said you two can't come. Only the Germans, the Belgians,
Anglos.
There you go. The Anglos only. Even though you're European too, but we don't believe you are the superior race. We think you're inferior, so you're not coming. So now that's 1917, 1920. So if they think about, so now, by the way, it was for eugenics. They wanted to just inbreed with themselves to have the quote unquote pure race. So if that's the case, black folks don't have a chance coming over here unless it's to just work and go back. And that's what he did. They got the Jamaicans to build the Panama Canal and they sent them back. They didn't come in here. Now, some might have stayed for whatever reason, but it was small, tiny pockets. There was no Black Wall Street of Jamaicans. Okay?
Yeah.
There was no Monroe of Jamaicans. Tiny, small few that was insignificant in Black culture. The Black culture was at like 99.5% of FBAs at that time.
At what time?
During Jim Crow, especially like 1920, 1930, around that Immigration Restrictive Act. So now, watch this.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, sure. I got you, though. I got you. This is what I do. So 1917, what it did was it restricted all other, like I said before, Eastern Europeans and Southern. And then 1924 Restricted Immigration Act that allowed it allowed Mexicans to come over and be classified as white, but still restrict Southern and Eastern. It wasn't until the 1952 Immigration Act that they finally opened the door to Southern and Eastern Europeans. That was the first time they said, okay, you guys can come in. But guess what? I think 100 of them, something like that. And then they also opened the door for all other races to come, but only at 100 a pop. 100 of Jamaicans, 100 Nigerians, 100 Slovenians, only at 100. Because they had quota immigration restricted laws. They had quotas. So it was a certain, so now the original 1970 Act, the quota is 500,000. So you had 500,000 every year coming in from West and Northern Europe only. Every year, 500,000. But after World War II, it dropped, right? The numbers dropped for everybody, and that's when we opened the floodgates for almost everybody. But so that's why we don't have no Black immigrants experiencing Jim Crow. They all came up north, by the way. They came up north, and they still come up north. Most of the Black Jamaicans, immigrants, New York, Florida, places away from the wretched South. So they did not experience the Klan marching through their city. They didn't experience a sign that says whites only. You didn't get that in New York. Okay, whites only, and they didn't experience lynching. So that's why, like, their entire American experience is different than ours. They came to New York for a purpose, and they stayed there. We fled to New York for freedom. 97% of Black folks, Black Americans, FBA, were in the South. 97%. while damn near 100% of black immigrants was in North or Florida. They were not in Mississippi like that. North Carolina, they were not that. And they was in small numbers. They didn't populate America until the 1980s. We got the numbers, we got the charts. Okay, they were 1 million or close in the mid 1980s. They came to America. Okay, and then always till about 1990 when they shut the door on their ass, and it was like the Caribbean was 4 million total. All the Caribbean in America was about 4 million total. You had 1 million Nigerians. So all of them came through the 1964 Immigration Act. I'm sorry, 65. 64 was the Civil Rights Act. So 1965 is when the doors opened up for all immigrants, basically. And that's when you see, by the way, let me help you out. Before then, the Jamaicans weren't even looking at America. They were looking at UK, bro. They were getting into UK. They was all going to UK. And then UK closed their doors in 1962. So that was the UK Immigration Act. They closed their doors on all of the West Indians exclusively. And they only wanted the smartest people from the West Indies. They didn't want no more labor workers. They closed the door. That's 1962. And then after that, they started looking at Canada and United States.
Daddy.
Okay. Yeah. So what was I don't really see much wrong with what you're saying. What was the contention between you and the sister?
She wasn't listening. That's the contention. And I had no contention because I don't want to, like, she's a sister. Like, why would I debate a sister? I think this is what I know. This is what I know.
Could debate it. You could debate a sister if she's coming with good information.
Yeah, but like I'm a real debater. I've been online for 15 years debating. Like I don't just debate people. Like you have to like vehemently disagree with me to cause me like you might disagree, but I'm not going to debate you. Like you got to keep like disagreeing the entire time, and then it calls for debate. We can disagree. That's okay. Like I'm not in my feelings. But if you just say I'm just totally wrong, then I say okay, let's debate. You know what I mean? That's how it works. Like you got to just say everything I'm saying is false.
What caused her to come over there? Like, was it something that you said that she felt was a something to disagree on? Or?
No, I invited her actually. Yeah, I went to her channel, which I always do. I always go to people's channels and I invite them over, not to debate, but like an olive branch. Hey, you're RBG. I'm FBA. I'm sure you disagree with me. I disagree with you, but there's a middle ground. Like we don't got to be ops. That's what I'm trying to like say. Like, but she came over here because there was some Tariq radicals, I'm sure, who was probably getting on her and calling her names. So now from that experience, she see FBA and she tags us all as those radicals that got on her.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's hard for a lot of people not to generalize, but in discussions, we all just got to be, as nuanced as we can, because a lot of people are quick to generalize. But yeah. So what's your disagreements with those RBG brothers? What are they saying?
So now, watch this. It's the hypocrisy because they would say FBA's ain't nothing because Tariq Nasheed ain't nothing, right? So they'll try to go to his past, which is hypocritical because everything said by him, Malcolm X experienced the same thing, but you love Malcolm X. It's like, okay, so are we using your past, or are we saying you can accept the past and accept their future, right? Because Malcolm X, you would think he erased his past by the good he did, right, for the people. So, but they would say Tariq Nasheed, no, you can't escape your past. But then you'll give Malcolm a pass. It's like, so like, yo, see, we don't do that over here. We have one standard and everybody falls under it. Nobody's above it. It's one standard. That's it. My grandma can't get a pass. My kid can't get a pass. You can't get a pass. Leonard can't get a pass. The standard is the standard. The rules are the rules. That's it. So if Malcolm could overcome his past by his good deeds and good work, then Tariq Nasheed is able to overcome his past by his good works and good deeds.
Or he doesn't, and take him out of it because the claim about lineage has nothing. Any personality can step to the side.
Exactly.
The argument is lineage.
That's another thing. It's like, why are we talking about him when he clearly out of his own mouth?
If R. Kelly was an adult, that wouldn't take away from the validity of what y'all saying, just because he's a pedophile.
See, I see. You should have been here earlier. Then I'll just shut up. So maybe with me, sometimes styles make fights. So maybe the way I talk, she just didn't like it. And maybe you should have been a little earlier and I could just shut up and you just could talk to her, communicate some of my thoughts, and that could have been better. Like, I don't mind shutting up just for the greater good of the conversation.
You know, what I've learned is you don't have to say nothing offensive. And I know who that sister is, and I like her. She cool. I'm not finna dump on her. I'm not even finna critique her at all because she has her own minded thoughts. But what I'm saying is, me, when I talk to different people, unbiased, it usually be just the fact that you disagree with a person at all that people just get offended. Because a lot of people, they get offended. Like in different topics, you could be talking, of course, you know, sports, anything, hip hop, but you got niggas willing to fight over Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
So when you criticize FBA or Pan-Africanism or Hebrew Israelite, I've criticized all those worldviews, and I had people that wanted to get with me. So it's kind of like, that's kind of like what we're dealing with in modern times. I know you dealt with that. So I'm not saying that's exactly what she did or anybody else did, but I've experienced that period. Even when we both can logically agree on something, people find something to disagree about, and then it gets a little heated.
Right. So now, my goal to invite her on, because it's her second time. She came last night, but she couldn't stay long. So my goal was to dispel the preconceived notions that you have on FBA. I want to tell her, listen, Tariq is his own man, and so is El Chapo. El Chapo does not represent all Mexicans. El Chapo represents El Chapo and his cartel. That's it. Tariq Nasheed represents himself. He tells you out of his own mouth he's not a leader. Believe him.
Yeah, if you don't like FBA, then just say Atos or come up with your own.
Right. So now that's why I say I'm FBA, ADOS, and American Freedman. I say all three. So it's like, now what? But they still find fault with me, and they argue with me because of Tariq Nasheed. It's like, okay, you don't like him, fine. But look, brother, are you Black American?
Who, me?
Yes.
I guess so. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now watch this.
I am, because you probably gonna have clowns in the. He said he don't know.
Right.
Well, he might be a tether.
But that's the thing, though. But listen, bro, I keep educating them. A tether is not a Black immigrant. A tether is a Black immigrant who undermines FBA momentum and progression.
Thank you.
And put obstacles in front of us so we can't succeed. That's a tether.
But you know what? Here's the problem. This is where I might, and I'm not saying it's legitimate, but it gets annoying when you see people misuse that, because when they look, like I said, let's say I say something that disagrees with somebody who has the FBA talking point. I don't know. That sounds like tether talk. You don't like coleslaw, nigga? That sounds like tether talk.
Yeah, I had somebody come on my channel and call me a tether. all because I said Lord Jamar is not FBA. He's not. He said himself he's not FBA.
He ain't fully. But that's a fallacy. I believe it's called the no true Scotsman fallacy. If you don't do A, B, and C, or think certain ways or behave certain ways, you're not this or that. That's like saying if you cry, you're not a man or some. That's logical. Right. That's not logical.
Yeah. So now, watch this. I disagree with RBG. Okay, and I only got videos on my channel recently because of the backlash we get from RBGs about FBA. So I said, okay, well, let's talk about your leaders. Okay, so let's expose what your leaders, because this is your leader. Like, he's the founder of the movement. Okay, let's put the magnifying glass to him to show you hypocrisy. If Tariq Nasheed is bad because he did some things in his early life that was illegal, but ever since then, he's been upstanding, doing legal stuff, paying taxes, everything is legitimate. Okay, your leader never did that. Your leader defrauded the people and misled them.
Are you talking about the guy that repeats stuff 3 times? Are you talking about him?
No. Of course, him too. Yeah. Okay. So Dr. Umar, yes, him too. But he was not in my mind. It was Marcus Garvey. But yeah. So Dr. Umar.
That nigga Umar is funny, unbiased. You gotta take a little sip and listen to something.
I do.
You gonna laugh?
No, bro. I watch him. I got him on my video. He's fine, especially when he went to the bigger picture show. That I was like that was good. But his Joe Budden appearance was his best performance ever. Okay, that made him look good. Like he knows how to perform. He's like Farrakhan. He knows how to perform. Okay, he got on that Joe Budden show. If y'all didn't watch Umar on Joe Budden, I advise y'all do. That dude did good on that show. He like good as far as being entertaining. He did good. If you watch it, you're gonna watch the whole thing. He did. That thing had 1 million views like in 2 days, right? That dude did good. That was like one of his best performances ever.
I agree. Hey, unbiased. You got criticism for RBG, but you still rock the flag though.
Nah, I don't rock RBG.
Why you don't rock the flag? You know why we have the flag. I'm sure you know why they have that flag.
Yeah, okay, so I don't rock.
And
RBG.
I put respect on that flag because of that reason.
Right. Now watch this. I don't rock the flag, but I have no disrespect towards it. I have like no negative words towards it. I just don't rock it because I rock the American flag.
Okay, why the American flag over the RBG flag?
Because I believe RBG speaks to a international movement where it's all inclusive. I think the American flag represents an all exclusive movement. So I want to be exclusive because we're not right over here. Like we're all over the place. We're an embarrassment. We're doing crazy stuff. So I want to be exclusive so we can get our stuff tight. Because we're not even worthy to reach out to other people. We're not worthy. Okay.
So why not make your own flag? Why rock the American flag?
Because
under that flag, I just want to finish this point. Under that flag, they ridiculed us and said we had no flag. So if that was our flag, they was telling us it wasn't our flag.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Every war they ever had under that flag, we were part of it. So
guys, can I get in this conversation?
Yeah, so I'll finish with this. That's our flag because that flag represents America. And you can't say America or glorify America without FBAs being a part of the glorification. We was in every war they won, including the Civil War, right? We was part of that. We were a part of the last war, which is the Civil Rights Movement. That was a war. That's like a Cold War. We was part of that. And we won that one too. And everything in between. All right. And then we actually built the country. This country was a bunch of weeds and bushes and forests. It was literally African Americans cutting down bushes, cutting down this, creating a landscape. We literally made the country look like a country. It was wilderness when we got here. We made it.
Not by force, right? Under duress.
Right. So we made it where you can actually put a house somewhere. You know how right now you see the woods one day and then white folks knock all the trees down and they put a house over there somehow. But that's what we did for this country. Like there was no place to put a house. We in Mississippi, especially the South, we knocked down all those trees. There would be no houses in these countries if we weren't there. So that's why I say like we physically built this country. We laid the foundation.
Yeah, slave labor.
Right. So that's why that's our flag. Because this country couldn't be what it is without us. We play whatever they want to brag about, they have to mention us. All right. So,
I disagree with you on the flag. I think it